Alright, so earlier today I was shooting the BCA Bear Creek Arsenal. It's a right charge, 10.5 inch, and people keep asking me why I bought a right charge instead of a standard rear charge. I have grown up as a rifle shooter. I grew up as a bolt action rifle shooter. So for me, I have a click. We'll go ahead and show that. It's clear. Ain't nothing in there. 45-degree throw. Love that thing. Love it. Put it on my comp gun. Get it. If you can afford it. Actually, this one was like 18 bucks. I can't remember where it was from. It's cheap as shit. Get a 45-degree throw. That son bitch is so fast. When I got it, it was so stiff you couldn't throw it. Threw some grease on the damn thing. Alright. I'll go back to it. So, when I throw up a rifle, pistol, I throw a pistol, pull the trigger, and something happens that ain't supposed to happen. My first reaction is work the bolt. Work the bolt, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up, there ain't no bolt handle. I'm going to pull it. If I got a double feed, that's going to make shit worse, but whatever. At that point, I know what's going on. I click again. There's 2 rounds in the chamber, and the bolt's freaking held way the hell back here. I hadn't had that with this rifle. Pistol with this pistol. Fuck you, ATF. Hadn't had this with this pistol. So, work the bolt. Nothing happens. It sounds wrong. Drop the mag. Snatch her home. Work it again. Work it again. Work it again. I'm right-handed. I'm used to shooting bolt-action rifles that are made for a right-handed person. Clear it. Fresh mag. Send a new one home. Ready to go. Alright, that's why I like this style action. It needs grease. I've put over 500 rounds through this pistol. It's a BCA. Wait, no, it's not. It's a BCA upper, 10.5 inch in 223 Wild. I've been shooting this is technically 223. 223 Tulamo. I've been shooting 223 Tulamo through it. 500 rounds. I hadn't cleaned it. Heck. Well, okay, when I got it, I greased the shit out of it. That's it. Now, my problem right now with just pulling this bolt out and showing you what the face looks like. Chamber looks good. Face looks good. My problem with pulling it out is I Loctited this charging handle because it came loose. At 60 rounds, it was ready to fall out. I mean, it was, yeah, you can hear the bolt wiggle. It was sitting there on the verge of falling out at 60 rounds. So I tightened it back up, put some torque on it, put 90 rounds through it after that. It was ready to fall out again. So I took it apart, took everything apart. These were ready to fall out. The handguard bolts were ready to fall out at 150 rounds. So I took them out, took everything apart. I took them out for a video to put this on, put them back in, and I had like 60 rounds through it at that point, and they were already loose. Put another 90 rounds through it, and they were loose. So everything got blue Loctite, so I can take it back apart if I need to. Actually, it might have been for this. This actually, I don't think this got a video, because this took some work to get that to fit under the handguard. Took some grinding, but anywho, I have a Burris AR 536 5 power prism optic that is powered. I never turn it on. Don't need to. It has green and red settings. Don't need to turn it on. It's got black. I shoot during the day with this gun. I don't have night vision. I don't have any of that nice stuff because I'm a poor ass redneck. You know, burst works. I can turn it on one, get some night vision. I've turned it on one when the sun is in my face. I don't know why you would need or want, what does it go up to? 5. On either side, green or red, it does both. It's an awesome optic. I would prefer the 3 for a 10.5 inch. For a 10.5 inch, I would do the 3 power. The 5 power is too much. I'm not reaching out there to 500 yards. 300 yards for a 10.5 inch is max, and that's using the, I'm kind of middling between the 400. This has a optic in it that I don't know if I can show you, but I'm gonna try. We already showed it's clear. Alright. There it is. There's the optic. It's turned almost 90 degrees. But you can see that little crosshair in there. It's got leader marks. It's got range marks. It is a hell of an optic. Let me look through it. Alright, so the leader marks are 10 mile an hour. If I remember correctly, it's 10 mile an hour. And then 300, 400, 500, 600. 300 is a dot underneath the big dot. 400, 500, and then there's a dot in the middle of the big outside ring that's 600. So I use the 500 dot, or halfway between the 400 and 500 dot at 300. And it seems to hold pretty good. I don't have any targets to fly in here with this particular pistol. I have another one. It's got the primary arms 2.5X that has the ACSS, which has the same breakdown inside the scope as this one. That's what I've been using to judge on this one. And it seems to hold. I was using the 450 yard mark at 300 with a 10.5 inch compared to a 16 inch. And I think that's technically made for a 20 inch, but it holds pretty good. But yeah, this pistol at 100 yards, that's all I've shot it at. Well, no. Yeah, no, yeah. So the range shut down. My 300 yard range shut down for the coof, as old Herrera would say. And then they went all fuddy-duddy, sign all this extra paperwork to be able to come back and visit during said coof. And I wasn't willing to sign it, so I have not been back to the range since I got this. This right here, I had the lower, and I had all the parts for the lower. I didn't have an upper, and I didn't have an optic. So the couple $100 for the upper from BCA, and then the $350 for the optic from Optics Planet. Was what I used the majority, or half, basically after shipping, half of my COVID money for. But yeah, that's what I use that for. The other half went to GCA. What the hell does GCA stand for? Right now I can't remember. Citizens Defense League, CDL. I put a lot of it into VA CDL because I live in North Carolina. I work in Virginia. So I put a lot of it into the Virginia Citizens Defense League and some grassroots GCA gun Association. I don't remember what GCA stands for. Shit, I feel like an asshole now. But yeah, put a lot of it into GCA, VA, CDL, or B, not CDL. Shit. It's been a long day. Run chainsaw all day. But yeah, that's what the extra went into. But yeah, this little pistol, I'm running the S2 tactical sling. That's what I run on everything. It's not padded, so it's lighter. Let me turn around this way. It's not padded, but it is quick adjust and adjustable. And I run it right here. I run it like this on the SBA 4 and the SBA 3. It holds it up out of the way. You can cinch it down if you need to. You can loosen it up. You can snatch it out. Obviously, it snatches out fairly easy. It also puts back fairly easy. It's not hard to stick this sucker back in here, which to me is just as important as getting it out. You need to get it out quick, but sometimes you need to put it away quick. That's important. But yeah, MOE hand grip. There's no finger groove here. There is a Allen wrench in there with earplugs for this charging handle. So the Allen wrench is for this charging handle. The earplugs are because it's a 10.5 inch braked pistol. It's technically flash suppressor, but this motherfucker is loud. The other 10.5 inch I have, actually all the 10.5 inches I have are loud. Keep that in mind. If you want a 10.5 inch, if you want 11.5 inch, if you want 12.5 inch, if you want 12 inch, whatever somebody happens to be pushing at the moment, short barrel is loud. I shoot this with plugs and muffs if available. Earlier today I was shooting it with just plugs and it wasn't that bad, but I wasn't trying to talk to anybody either. I use electronic earmuffs and turn them all the way up on the range because I have earplugs behind them to help me with that, to make sure that I can hear them but I can't hear the shot, because I don't even want to hear the shot. I know it's delayed and all that with the electronic earmuffs, but it's important to me not to be able to hear the shot. I'm deaf as it is. I've run chainsaws, I've shot guns, I've ridden around in shit boxes with the windows down since I was like forever. I'm deaf as shit. Let's make sure that the next generation doesn't have to worry about tinnitus. Make sure the kids are wearing earplugs, are wearing earmuffs, are wearing both if they're shooting a 10.5 inch. Just make sure that you protect their hearing, that you protect their eyesight. It's important. So, yeah, protect it for the next generation so that they can enjoy what we enjoyed. Y'all have a good night.